The Faroese sheep comes from the breed of sheep that lived in the northern countries before efforts to breed particular kinds of sheep began. In the Faroe Islands, the breed is referred to as Gammal Norsk Spelsau, or in English, Northern European short-tail breed. Approximately 50,000 people live here in the Faroe Islands, and we share the islands with 75,000 sheep. Importing foreign breeds to the islands has been made illegal so as to protect the native sheep population from scrapie. The variety of colors in the sheepskin has been preserved here. Some of the sheep are white, but we also have grey, reddish, brown, black and brindled sheep. The sheep graze outdoors year-round and are in most cases only fed in the winter when snow is heavy in the spring, just before the lambing season and until the vegetation is green and fertile. In the summer, the sheep are driven into the sheepfold to be sheared. In the past, all of the wool was utilized. Garments from the innermost to the outermost were made from wool. We can all recall the woolen sweaters from old school photographs, where nearly all the children are dressed in patterned garments. But the wool was also woven into hats, coats and trousers. And how about today? There are many women that knit in the Faroe Islands, but unfortunately there are not enough who knit with Faroese yarn made from Faroese wool. Undoubtedly because the wool is commonly believed to be too coarse. Faroese wool is double-coated with long and coarse outer hairs and a soft root. In the past, the coarse outer hairs were pulled off, but today people do not want to do the work. It is believed to be too tedious and expensive to produce large amounts of yarn. With the work we are doing, we are trying to shed light on the great commodity that the Faroese wool is. To pull, spin and knit the wool is a good and fulfilling pastime, particularly in the winter months, where outdoor activities become limited. If we work carefully with the wool, we can create 3 different types of wool. The first is blended wool, where the root and outer hairs are carded together. If we pull the wool, it becomes soft and can be used for delicate garments, such as thin sweaters, and it can even be used for underwear. The final type is the outer wool, which in the past used to be mixed into other types of wool in garments like mittens and sweaters to be used at sea. These are relics of a bygone age, and now the outer wool is more likely to be used in pictorial weaving and artistic ornaments. Yarn made from the outer wool has great wearing qualities if it has been properly manufactured. The wool can be dyed with natural dye, but it must be mordant at first. A wide range of Faroese plants can be used to dye the wool, such as scentless chamomile, dock, cat's claw, common tansy and ribes, and many other plants and lichen. The Faroese wool has not been much appreciated in modern times, but fortunately there is now a growing interest in the wool, both for smaller projects such as knitting, as well for the manufacturing of clothing. We must fully utilize this special commodity of ours, the sheep and the wool, which are not only useful commodities in and of themselves, but are also great for hobbies and needlework.